Your aviation news recap done in long form, covering multiple stories all in the one video. We begin today with American low-cost airline, Spirit, which welcomed their first A321neo in another game-changing move for the company that is looking to tie the knot with JetBlue in a merger deal. Spirit has already deployed its first A321neo service in the second week of this month, and the type will play an essential role in its future operations. 7 further Airbus A321neos will be delivered in 2023 for the company. However, next year is going to be even bigger, with 24 more A321neos arriving, thanks to the rapid production rate of this type that is massively in demand. The aircraft will therefore become the backbone of Spirit's next era of fuel-efficient, new-engined optioned aircraft, a transition that we're seeing made at many airlines right around the globe. Thanks to the arrival of the high-capacity A320neo family model, they can phase out some existing aircraft that may have lower capacity. And this shift in model is actually a big change for the company as well, as they want to prioritize increasing capacity across its network to meet the levels of demand they're seeing. And frankly, aircraft like the A321neo, which come equipped with a higher capacity over the base models, are what they need if they want to achieve this, without jumping to, say, a wide-body aircraft or something even larger, which just wouldn't work with their business. Per Cirium fleet data, Spirit Airlines has a fleet of 192 in-service aircraft from the A320 family. It already has 73 in-service A320neos to go with 64 A320ceo aircraft. Additionally, it flies the 321-200s and the A319-100s, both acting as part of the previous era at the company, and soon to be replaced by the new engine option. The first A321neo is registered as N702NK, and comes equipped in a 2-class configuration with, towards the front of the cabin, a big front seat. At least this is how Spirit is labelling it, with the additional seat pitch and more comfort over your regular standard economy. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on that down below in the comments. Is this something you'd be willing to invest a little bit more money into to fly on board a Spirit flight? Or are their services so short already that you'd be more than happy just to buy the cheap fare and that's that? On to our next topic, and an historic moment for Saudi Arabia. The first aircraft in recent weeks for Riyadh Air arrived in Riyadh and was met with a flyover over the city, and a jet from the Saudi Arabian Air Force also flew with it. Their first Boeing 787 was revealed to the world a couple of weeks ago, and the airline is gearing up for a launch in 2025. This 787 will act as a bit of a demonstrator for the company, and sports the first look at the Riyadh Air livery, which, I have to add, has already been said has the potential to be refined between now and the company's official launch. Riyadh Air plans to launch exclusively with Boeing aircraft at the time of recording, operating the 787 following a mammoth order of 60-plus units, which included both firm and also options should they wish to activate them. That will largely depend on how the company goes when it launches. These 787s will be deployed globally, so there's a great chance you'll probably have the chance to see Riyadh Air as it expands as a carrier, and is part of Saudi Arabia's answer to growing its economy, and also Riyadh as a location for travel from tourism to business. They want to compete with the likes of Dubai, Doha, and other key ports in the Middle East, and this is their answer. Away from the 787, the airline is notably currently eyeing an order for up to 150 narrow-body aircraft, with Boeing being pitted as the likely leader for that contract there, where it would be the 737 MAX that they would acquire. Despite its arrival, there are obviously still question marks surrounding what the onboard product will look like, which the airline is yet to really have a say in. But we'll find out in due course as they continue to count down to launch, which still is a couple of years away, so we're definitely seeing glimpses of the airline earlier than maybe we'd see for other carriers. Either way, the ambitious plans at Riyadh Air are certainly huge, and I'm intrigued to hear your take on how they'll unfold down below in the comments. Will they be a success? Is the substantial backing that they'll receive putting them in a position that is almost too good to fail in your eyes? Let me know. And onto our next topic, which is just a short hop from Riyadh, and who Riyadh Air are really targeting with the launch of their own airline is Emirates and Kenya Airways, who announced plans to enter into an interline agreement to benefit customers of the two companies. The pair plans to target destinations across the two airlines' network on a single itinerary, making the check-in and also baggage transition more seamless, which is what we love to see from agreements such as these. The most significant benefit, though, I think from such an agreement is the footprint in Africa that Emirates will now be able to have, with it increasing to reach 148 African ports, a sizable commitment to the region. Comments from the Chief Commercial Officer at Emirates said, "We are pleased to ink our first partnership with Kenya's flag carrier. Kenya is a strategic gateway in our Africa network, and this new interline agreement will enhance connectivity for Emirates' customers and provide them more travel choices across the continent. We look forward to deepening our relationship with Kenya Airways, offering greater network opportunities and improving connections for both of our customers." In return, Kenya Airways will see a new schedule that includes choices on eastbound Emirates services from Dubai to a total of 23 cities, such as Tokyo, Bangkok, Hong Kong, Jakarta, Beirut, and many more will all be included as part of the 23, across West, South, and Far East Asia. At the same time, the Indian Ocean and the Middle East will all equally be present in what is only can be described as a landmark partnership between the two airlines. Now, we move even further east to SpiceJet, and as passenger demand increases in India, they'll add a further 10 Boeing 737 family aircraft, with the types set to arrive into their wider operations from September of this year through to October, as what has been labelled as a guidance initially. Per current fleet data, the airline has 35 aircraft in service, 16 of which are part of the 737NG family, and 9 from the 737 MAX family. Therefore, the 737 family is certainly the most important type, and the addition of 10 units will boost its capacity network-wide. SpiceJet is relying on continued demand throughout the remainder of 2023 to make the introduction of these units as seamless as possible, and I'm sure we'll all be wishing them the very best thanks to these new units. The Indian aviation sector is as competitive as ever, with multiple new entries, companies expanding, and airlines plotting significant growth. As such, companies such as SpiceJet are looking to really take a hold of their existing market share and build upon that by growing their operations, accessing new pockets of demand, and so much more. And in a lot of cases, that is resulting in the acquisition of new planes, whether directly from an aircraft manufacturer or on a lease. That's going to conclude today's aviation news recap. Any thoughts on the topics covered, and you're more than welcome to leave them down below in the comment section. Thanks a lot for your continued support. If you enjoy these longer videos, be sure to let me know too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.